Hi students, welcome to R101. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the basics in R. If you haven't taken it before, this might be helpful for you. So I'm actually using this on a Mac, but what we're going to talk about today is true on any system. So anything in R is stored in what's called an object. So typically we're going to see integers. So we're going to put integer objects, characters, numeric, yes, there's a difference, and factors. So for instance, I'm going to say X, and I'm going to use what's called the assign. It's the less than followed by the dash. There's no space between them. And I'm going to say 1:5. Now, notice there is no response to that. You just get the prompt again, the greater than sign. If I type in X and then hit return, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The colon sets you up that you can have all the values in between. And we will talk about that more later. All right, so if I do what's called an str, which is a structure on that object, it tells me it's an integer object. It has 5 pieces in it, and it repeats all 5 of the pieces. Again, if you have a lot of data pieces in there, it'll just do the first few, but it will tell you how many there are. Okay? Now, if I wanted to do a character, I might do something like dog, cat, tree. Okay? And if I type in Y, of course it's going to say dog, cat, tree. And if I use str on that, it's going to come back and say it's a character vector or a character object, has dog, cat, tree. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, what about numeric? Well, what if I say Z assigns? Now, instead of saying equals, sometimes we'll say assigns. It means the same thing. R norm 10. So what I have just done is used a function to generate 10 random normal values. I hit an enter, I type in Z, get a lot of fun values. I use the str. Now, it tells me it's numeric, NUM. It goes from 1 to 10, and it just shows you the first few values. So that's pretty good. All right. Now, what we're going to be dealing with a lot are factors and data frames. And factors are actually grouping type variables, and it'll make it easy for us to set up our models. Let's look at data frames first, and then we will do the factors in a moment. So right now, for our vectors, everything is the same type of object. For instance, in X, we had all integers, Y, all characters. What if we created another vector and we had dog, comma, 2, comma, 3.14, comma, cat, okay, in quotes. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Whenever you mix characters and numbers, you're going to end up getting a character vector back. A lot of times that's not what you want. So when you have vectors, everything is coerced to be the same type of object. Similarly with matrices, and we'll talk about those, everything is going to be in the same type of object. Now, data frames are nice because you can mix different kinds of objects into one set, and that is a very beautiful thing. So, let's create a data frame, and I'm going to call this w.df assigns data.frame, and I'm going to say x equals Let's go back to 1 to 5. Y equals letters, open square bracket, 1 to 5. We'll explain that in a second. And Z is equal to factors. Let's see, what should we use? Oh, I think I'll use capital letters. Oops, sorry. 1 through 5. Okay. Oops. Factor or singular. My fault. Okay. So let's take a look. We're going to do the STRDF. Oh, wow, look at this. So we have a data frame. We have integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a factor. Okay. Now, your first inclination would be, why are they both factors? This one just says letters. By default, when you set up a data frame, even though it looks like it's characters, it forces them to become factors. And we'll show a way to, if need be, we can work around that. Okay? So this is what you have. And if you want to print out that data frame, you just put in w.df, and there you have it. Okay? Great.